Hello and welcome to the Cow's Den. I am Josh. With me, as always, is Matt. What's up, Matt?
What is up?
We are the Cow's Den. This is the Cow's Den podcast where we talk comics, pop culture, video games, movies, all kinds of crazy, random, nerdy shit. We are on episode motherfucking 20. Big old 20 twin.
Man, we can almost drink.
Almost. I mean, shit. I don't even want to drink anymore. Shoot, man.
Nope.
Alcohol is taking its toll on my body. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna start it off as I usually do with some comics. I don't have a whole lot in the way of comics this week. I got kind of backed up. So I'm telling you, man, it's been busy lately. So I didn't read a whole lot this week, but I got a few for you. First one is that Superman Son of Kal-El. It's Tom Taylor. He's been writing that one. It's on issue 3. Issue 3, like it's pretty obvious that Tom Taylor is kind of a left side writer. This issue, like the Superman, this comic so far has been dealing with a lot of like social issues, and this one specifically is more along the lines of like immigration, because in issue 2, Superman, there's this crazy boat that's got a bunch of refugees on it. It's out in the middle of the water. It's like about to go down. And so Superman picks up the boat, brings it into the country, brings it into US. And now in this issue, they're talking about arresting all these refugees and then sending them back and this and that. And Soups is like, you're gonna arrest them, you gotta arrest me too, motherfucker. So yeah, I mean it's very left. And I mean that's fine. I have no problem with that. It's been a really good story so far. And I mean I'm all for
Well, I
immigration.
think it's also I think it's
You
all
know,
also pointing out the fact that if there's any comic book fans that are anti-immigration, like Superman's an
let's
immigrant
say
of
he
the world.
that's what he
So
says. He stands up and he's like, yeah, dude, my dad was a fucking immigrant. He came here with no papers, not legally, not whatever. Like, you know, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, it's good. It's still a good read. It is, however, if you're kind of leaning towards the right side, you may want to hold off on checking that one out because it's very, very left. So I loved it though. Thought it was great. Another one that was kind of surprising. I don't have it in front of me. It's called Batman versus Bigby. Bigby is a werewolf, and I honestly don't know much about the character Bigby, but this was meant to be kind of a October scary DC thing, Batman versus Bigby, and it turned out to be surprisingly freaking good. The artwork was good. The story is cool. It's kind of creepy, but like it was good. Good solid Batman writing, good solid Batman story, and just surprisingly good. I wrote that down, and to be completely honest with you, don't remember the specifics about it. So I'll just say it was good. Um,
Such a good comic book fan you are.
I remember reading it, and I remember being like, "Holy shit, it was surprisingly good." And that was last week, so some shit's happened since then. Um, Marijuana affects the memory.
do do
Um,
do. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're
you're
cool.
cool, and
Fuck
fuck
you.
you,
I'm
I'm
out.
out. So I'll just move right along. Then the next one would be Robin issue 6. Dude, the tournament finally started.
Yeah.
So it was a full reboot. They get a full reset of lives once the tournament starts. And so
So
this is
they
like,
all have three now, or
yes, they
just
all
the
have are
one?
back to 3. They're all back to
Okay.
3. So now the tournament's officially begun. And dude, Robin took out 2 or 3 dudes in this issue. It was nice. He
Like
took
took them out all the way,
no,
or
so
one of their lives?
he just one of their lives. He fights his person, which is I don't know, man. They use a bunch of side characters in this one, and again, I'm freaking being stupid and blanking on it. But he beat his guy and then didn't want to wait for round 2, so went and fought his next guy and just was like, "Fuck this, I'm gonna keep fighting." And so they had to kind of be like, "Dude, take your time, calm down, it'll happen." Um, it was good. Like, I mean, that was kind of it as the tournament officially started, and Robin got a couple kills, and so and then of course all his buddies are progressing. So you got Flatline progressing, you got
Yeah.
the what's her name, the daughter
That's
of Deathstroke. Yeah.
yeah.
So everybody,
So she did join. So she did join. The daughter of Deathstroke did join because I thought she
Yeah.
was there for another reason.
Well, and that's what's weird is like, I feel like, how are they going to end this? Because it's like there's a few kind of named people in there. You can't just be like, well, they died in the tournament, so they're out. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
but
after the second death, they have the option of
leaving. They
leaving.
do have an option to leave.
So there is
okay.
that.
Okay. Okay. Well, then
I remember that in the first few episodes or a few issues. So
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It's just it just kind of progressed the story. Nothing crazy really happened, but at the same time, it's just kind of it's him and a few others are trying to figure out like what the ulterior motive for the Lazarus tournament is. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty good though.
So are the Robins, the other or the rest of the Bat family leave the island? I take it.
So actually, the whole point in them chasing him down was that he left. Robin left the island. Dick, oh my God, Dick. Damien
Okay.
left the island at one point right before the tournament started. So he was in Gotham, and that's when they were chasing him down.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he's back on the island. Everybody else. That was when Dick gave him his little thing. That was so cool. So yeah, nothing crazy like that in this one, but it was still a good, solid issue. Yeah, I'm interested to see just where the hell the tournament's gonna go, where it's gonna end. So let's see here. We got the Amazing Fantasy, that random ass. You got Captain America, Spider-Man, and Black Widow.
Is it issue 3 or 4?
Issue 3. And they're on issue. It's only 5 issues. So issue 3.
I gotta get that, man.
I think I talked about it. They find out that in issue 2 that like Black Widow, there's a king. It's a whole like realm. Let's say that, yeah. And there's a king for this kingdom who takes Black Widow in issue 2 and wants her to be his queen. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Okay. Well, so in this one, they kind of don't manage to stop anything. All 3 of these nations, there's like 3 or 4 different nations, and they all just start converging and having this big crazy war. Captain is trying to train the all-female group in their like tribe or whatever, and so he gets them all trained up. Oh my God, that was loud. He gets them all trained up, and then Spider-Man's working with Uncle Ben to get a fucking dragon, and they do manage to get a dragon. And then the crazy part at the end was that Uncle Ben's like, yeah, fuck this, we're taking this dragon and fucking everybody up. Like,
how awesome has Ben in this,
right,
story,
dude? And that's the thing is like
really
Peter's like, hey Ben, let's take it down a notch, and Uncle Ben's just like, yeah, like, yeah, it's just it's pretty fucking awesome, because it's just yeah, you're like, Uncle fucking Ben, all right, like, coming out. That one's such a fun read, man. It's just a fun,
it really is
read.
It really is. It reminds me of like I mean, honestly, it reminds me of like a He-Man kind of for the Marvel universe. So
for sure. But I just love when they, like with the next one I was going to talk about, but I'll talk about that in a second. But like with Dark Ages, like I love when they just do something random, I love when it's just like this Amazing Fantasy story. It's so far out there, it's so crazy, but it's so much fun to read. It's so much fun to read. And that was going to be the last comic I was going to talk about. Was Dark Ages, has issue 2, and in this one we see Tony is like working on a new suit. He's working on trying to figure out a way to bring the electricity back to the world. Dark Ages, as you know, was when there was this planet, like planet-sized fucking dude. In order to contain him, they built a planet around him. They opened up a thing and woke him up, and so he went crazy, and they opened up, the only way they could turn him off was to open this portal and electromagnetic everything. So there's no power. So issue 2 is about them trying to figure out how to get power back. It's Tony trying to come up with a new suit. And the crazy thing at the end is Captain America shows up and tells Tony he needs to show him something, takes him out to nowhere, and you find out it's fucking Mystique. And so they kidnap Tony, and it's actually Apocalypse little crew. So they kidnap Tony.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was awesome. Once again, though, it's like I love when they just take these random stories, because it's like, if we're being honest, there's a lot of times where the main stories don't take a whole lot of risks, so it's like
they're safer,
right? So it's like when you get these offshoot stories, like with the first issue, they killed fucking Doctor Strange in the first issue. They killed like 3 or 4 main characters in the first issue. So I always love when they do something big like this, do something crazy,
take a chance and everything.
Yeah. And for Marvel,
and who doesn't love Apocalypse, man? Come on,
right?
Don't love Apocalypse. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Exactly. And especially because like Apocalypse, whenever they do Age of Apocalypse, it's always this like all the good heroes are fucking evil and all the like evil people have switched over to being good and shit. Oh, so the whole point though is they kidnap Tony, they take him back to Apocalypse's like lair, and he's found a way to bring back electricity. And so when Cap's talking, or when Iron Man's talking to him, he's like, how'd you figure out how to do this? And dude, what they're doing is creating a anti-magnetic thing by using Eric Lyncher in this giant machine and like strapping him down and torturing him to like abuse his power. Dude,
nice.
It's nuts, man. Right? It is nuts. And I'm just like, I feel like because that's going to cause a few bad guys to be on like the good guys team, because they're like, no, fuck you, we don't want Magneto to go through that. I feel like it's going to be a crazy showdown at some point. But yeah, it again, nuts, man. Like he's using Eric Lyncher, fucking Magneto, as this like anti-magnetism thing.
Well, so like, is Mystique, does it say like she's one of the 4 horsemen, or is she just working with Apocalypse?
I think just working
because historically she's with Lyncher. I mean, like she's
right, which is why it's so weird too, because she's like Magneto's like, I mean,
number 2.
I don't want to say his bitch, but like, his number 2. Which is it was weird because like they take him back and they don't really say anything from her. Like there's not much from her. So again, be interesting to see. Maybe she wanted to bring Tony there to help fight against Apocalypse or something. Who knows?
You never know.
That one though, I feel like that one was really good. That was a good issue because that's a Eric Lyncher thing freaked me the fuck out. All right, so I'm gonna change this up a little bit. Let's see here. A show that I've been wanting to talk about. I've been watching quite a bit of lately. I haven't finished it yet, but I watched the first 4 or 5 episodes. Star Wars
garbage.
Visions.
Oh, that's right.
Star Wars Visions.
I'm just kidding.
It's anime Star Wars stories. That's the layman's way to describe it. It's a Star Wars anime, and each episode's a different story. My God, dude, though, if you watch that first episode will hook you right away. First episode was so cool. It's like this feudal Japan, but they've got fucking lightsabers. Like, it was badass.
Yeah,
it was badass. So that's all. I can't really say too much because each episode is different. Not every episode is mind-blowing, but there are some really, really good episodes in there. So I highly recommend checking it out.
Nice.
No, I did not watch Venom. I know that for a fucking comic podcast, we should be watching these stupid movies, but it was hard to bring myself to go see that one, man. It was an hour and a half, and God, as much as I hate to say it, it just didn't look that good to me. I'll see it.
I'll wait until it comes. Yeah,
exactly. I'll see it at some point. I will say though, I got all the not all the spoilies, but the big spoilies spoiled for me.
Right.
Did we mention this last week? Did we mention it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I won't talk about it here then.
That Venom has a 10-pound TV set.
He has really big ego.
No, yeah. So I mean, I'm on that same boat. Like, I'm waiting. Like,
we talked about it before. Like, I love Tom Hardy. I just don't really care for the way they portray his character.
Yeah. Well, and I'm waiting for Bond, which last week it showed that it had been moved to April, and all of a sudden it's out. It's like,
I kept seeing commercials for it, and I kept sitting here like, I swear Matt said it got pushed to fucking April or something. Like,
yeah, that's what they were reporting online.
And then I kept seeing like, oh, coming out tomorrow, and I was like, excuse me,
what the fuck? What the fuck? So, yeah, I'll wait until it comes out, man, and or I'll wait till it gets put out somewhere and be able to watch it that way.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's one I'm not super excited about, but I'll watch it eventually because I mean, I watch them all eventually. Then we're gonna change pace again. I'm gonna talk about some video games. Real quick here. I played a couple things recently. There's this game called Kena Bridge of Spirits. It's Kena. It's like, with the risk of sounding dumb, it's fucking adorable. It's like a Pixar movie was made into a game, and it's the you're this girl, but you have these little black ball like buddies. I don't know what I don't remember what, like, I don't know how to describe them. I wish I had pictures with me, but it you use these little guys to help you solve puzzles and stuff, essentially. Like,
Okay.
they would run around. It's got like a it's like the whole game is built to be one big Legend of Zelda temple. Like, you're trying to figure out different puzzles and solve different spots, and you use these little guys to, like, they will run over and pick up a boulder and move it over and then set it down so you can jump up somewhere. Just little stuff like that. But it's it feels like a AAA game without being AAA price. Like, I know that sounds cheesy and dumb, but like, it's $40 instead of the typical 60, and it feels like a full-fledged AAA game in my opinion.
What you
It's
played on?
PS5 actually. I got it for the PS5 because it is I want to say it's a PlayStation exclusive. So you have to either get it PS5, PS4, or PC because nothing's fucking exclusive anymore.
Nope, not when you got a PC.
But there's plenty of PC exclusive games. Where's the justice?
Yep.
Where's the justice?
Get a fucking computer.
I have one.
I know. I'm talking about.
But what's funny though is regardless of the fact that, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know mine needs to be updated, but I still feel like playing. I still prefer playing on console a lot of the times, just because I know that my PCs can run it, but the Xbox is built to run it, or the PS5 or whatever. It's built to run it, so it'll run it smoother, cleaner, crisper than my personal PC will. And I'm not going to spend fucking $2,000 to get one that's going to fucking destroy that one. Anyway, Kena Bridge of Spirits. It's fun. It's cute. It's kid friendly if you want to play with your kids. My son likes it. It is a little bit complicated for the kids though. Some of the puzzles can be a little bit complicated, but good game. Check it out. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. Man, it's good.
Oh, nice.
Then they came out with Diablo 2 Resurrected, which is the remaster of Diablo 2. So I'm going to be totally honest with you on this. I was super pumped for this. I was so excited because I used to love Diablo 2 when I was younger. I used to fucking love that game, and I didn't care for it. I played the Resurrection, the remastered, and if anything, I feel like all it did was kind of show its age. Like, you could see how there's things that Diablo 3, regardless of what the kind of crap Diablo 3 got, there's a lot of things in there that it improved on. So going back to Diablo 2, regardless of whether or not they beefed up the graphics, still just wasn't that great. I mean, it's still Diablo 2, so it's still fun for that nostalgic factor, but like, it just got me pumped for Diablo 4, dude. I want fucking Diablo 4 out.
So I hear you saying that, but what I'm really hearing is you want to play PUBG.
PUBG, dude. Yeah, we talked about that too. He's coming out with a new game, isn't he?
Yeah, a massive
like giant,
open world.
It's supposed to be like hugely open world. Because I feel like that's his focus, is to make it huge, apparently.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really big.
So,
like bigger than the Hulk's
10-pound. Last but not least from me, I played the Battlefield 2042 beta this past week, and I gotta tell you, I'm super fucking pumped for it. I know it's not. I think they straight up said that they are not doing any form of battle royale. It's Halo that's kind of on the fence. I feel like we've heard that they are doing it, but never confirmed that they're doing it. But we've heard data miners find it, but we've heard they won't say it. But for Battlefield, I think they came out and said we're not doing battle royale. That said, I got to play the typical conquest mode where it's basically domination, but instead of having like little flags, you have whole sectors. It's 128 people, 64 versus 64. It's fucking huge. Battlefield's always massive, And that's the one thing, like, I will say is it is massive. It's a huge map. You only got one map for the beta. But I've heard they've got multiple. I mean, I know they've got other maps. We've seen them in the trailer. That said, though, I had a fucking blast. I couldn't put the game down. I feel like every match I was like, kind of like, yeah, this is the freaking break I needed. Like, you kind of get tired of Warzone not doing their freaking new maps. You kind of get tired of even Fortnite's been fun because it's something different. But like, that's kind of what I'm getting at is like, I was playing Fortnite because it's something different. And so, like, to play Battlefield, I legitimately was like, yes, this is like quenching my thirst.
I want a new battle royale so bad, man.
Oh yeah. And that's what I was saying for like Halo is I was like, Halo's this part's completely rumors, but they were saying like 300 man battle royale, and I couldn't help but be like, well, that's way too many, one, but two, I don't fucking care. I just want a new battle royale game.
Yeah. Or at least a new freaking map on Warzone.
A new map on Warzone would be amazing.
Did you see that they already have hackers in Vanguard?
I did hear that they already broke the anti-cheat software. Yeah. Yep. I did hear that. So yay. High hopes for fucking duty.
Guess who's gonna buy that game? Not me.
Yeah, I was going to, but honestly, after playing Battlefield, I think I'm gonna pick that up. That'll kind of be my, like, when we're not playing, that's what I'll be playing. Well, I think that's it for me.
Hey,
that's it for me, bro.
I might buy it. Jeez, there is one more thing for you.
Well, yeah, but I
talk about the trailer.
Well, I figured I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it at the end or if you want to talk about it now. We can talk about it now. I go.
Oh well, I've been
just run the video game stuff.
Hey! I got the trailer that I was going to talk about actually is I'm a diehard Game of Thrones fan.
Oh yeah,
and man, watching House of the Dragon, that trailer looked really good. It looks promising. I really hope that they do, like, that first book, Fire and Blood. Like, it's such a long book and it's got so much history, and there's just tons of different things that they can talk about, but not just Fire and Blood. He also did The World of Ice and Fire, which has other stories of what it was like before the Targaryens, during the Targaryens, and all that stuff. There's just so much information where if they do it right, they could do another 5-6 seasons from this.
There's a lot to pick from.
Prequel. Yeah. So, and I mean, dude, I can't wait to see the Dance of Dragons when you've got them fighting amongst themselves between the legitimate and illegitimate sons of the king, and then eventually to the Mad King and all that stuff. But like, there's so much there. I hope they do it justice and don't just do like one season, which it's HBO, so I doubt they will. I think they'll milk it for every penny they get. So,
then again, I don't know, man. They did Watchmen and it was only one season.
Yeah, but Game of Thrones made them.
Oh, I know.
Massive.
Oh, I know. Probably billions of dollars, honestly.
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And that is dropping January 1st. That has come up. Man, I remember hearing about that years ago and thinking it would never happen, especially with the virus,
Well, and with the way season 8 ended and kind of left everybody with a bit of a bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Anything Targaryen, I'll take and go with. So, but the biggest thing to talk about, I mean, in case you were living under a rock and have not heard of it, is Netflix Squid Game.
Now, I have not finished this, so
yeah. So I'm going to try not to do too much to give too much away. But
I watched like the first episode. I think I finished the first episode. That was.
Did you finish the first one? So you got
red light, green light. Yes, red light, green light. Yes. Oh yeah.
So I will say that, like, I don't like, and I don't think that it's a massive oversimplification. The people who said, "Oh, it's just a Korean version of Saw." No, it's not. No. And obviously, that's people who say that have not seen the thing, or are just like watching a completely different movie, or just so sorry. But like, it's Netflix's most watched series of all time, and when you think, it's like, holy cow, think of all the different things that they've done,
right?
And for it to be this Korean drama, I guess, or horror
Well,
drama, I guess.
and
Sense
they
drama.
came out and said it was like the number one foreign language, and then it was already on its way to be the number one of all time. So it must have.
It's already, yeah, it already
Yeah.
broke that. So,
Wow, that's
but
nuts.
the writer and director has come out. So they leave it kind of open. But the writer director said, "Man, it took me 10 years to create this. It took me 10 years to get to this point. I never planned on making a second season.
Right.
That being said, like, it's not like it's closed, that I'm not going to do it. But I will say that if I do it, that I'm going to have a team of writers and a team of directors, because it's just him. And so, like, when you read about like everything that went into this, it just makes it even that much more appealing to me. You're on a roller coaster ride this entire show, man. It's got you on the edge of your seat,
Dude, that first episode, that red light, green light. Oh, I mean,
yeah.
Again, if you don't know anything about it, we'll just say it. So the only, I don't know, it follows a guy, but I don't know if it follows him through the whole thing.
So what I'll say is that, like, it's about people who are down on their luck.
Yes, they're
And
all in debt. That's what it was. They're all in like crazy amounts of debt.
in massive debt.
Yeah.
And what they're gonna do in order to get money is to play this game. I can tell you that the one thing that I figured out from the beginning is the end. I figured that out from the beginning. And I think that's just because I've seen so many movies and TV shows that it's hard to really surprise me nowadays.
It really is.
Even in knowing that what I knew, or thinking that I knew what I knew and finding out that I was right, it's still, man, like, it's just a roller coaster of emotions, roller coaster of, like, you're happy, you're sad, you're mad. Who the hell is that? What's going on? And so I think that it's definitely the best foreign film or foreign series that I've ever seen. It's a worldwide phenomenon. It came out at the perfect time, where Americans in general, but also people across the world are fighting for against corporations or against the rich to make life better for the working class. So,
right.
I can't speak enough about it. Like, it's it's a trip, man. It's a road trip. You start at one destination, you end at another, and there are so many different zigs and zags, and your emotions are just up and down and up and down. So
to what the one episode, I only watched the first one, which I'm so that's only because me and my wife got caught up in a different show, it's a really good show. Anyway, I only watched the first one, and yes, we talked about red light, green light. Well, one of the first games, it's how many people are there? 450.
456, because the last guy, the main guy in the first episode, is 456.
Yes. And so the first game they play is called red light, green light, and they're just supposed to get from one end to the other of this big room. And if they all make it, or whoever makes it gets to move on to the next thing, right? But if their motion detectors detect any motion from them after red light is said, then they lose. And that's when you find out that, if you lose, they fucking shoot you.
Yeah.
So,
and that you're dead,
dude. So. But then they start panicking because one dude gets shot, and so they all start panicking and running, and it's just
yeah.
Oh my gosh,
nuts. It's nuts. And I'm telling you right now, Josh, that's like just the beginning of the roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
It just keeps going like this, dude, and it doesn't stop.
Yeah,
I will say that it's 9 episodes. The 9th episode I would consider more of an epilogue.
Okay.
If I'd have to go back and watch it. I think it's got the last game. And then it's an epilogue. So, like, there's an epilogue, and it explains a lot of stuff too. But you're talking about just the luck of the draw. Like, this series, how many foreign shows and foreign movies have you actually sat down and watched on Netflix,
Right.
because there's so many of them, they get lost.
And yeah,
And
let's
this
say, and
came
so
out.
many of them that are rated good, but I end up not watching because there's just so many.
Yes,
It's just hard to keep up.
foreign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that this one came at the perfect timing. Like he said, he's been trying to do it for 10 years. If this had gotten done 10 years ago, it wouldn't be where
Probably
it's
wouldn't be as
at.
good.
And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and so I will say that, like, man, and then like all the actors and actresses, they're like blowing up across the world, and you're finding all this cool stuff out about them. And it's a worldwide phenomenon. And I guarantee you that the number one Halloween costume in
Oh
the United
yeah.
States is going to be the tracksuits. The
Oh
reason
yeah.
why I know that is because most of them are sold out. And they're hard to get. So I would compare this. I don't know how you're gonna like it or not, but I would compare this to my experience with The Sopranos, watching The Sopranos for the first time, and how much it just kind of changed my opinion on cinema, on movies and TV and all that stuff. Sopranos, really was the benchmark for me, at least, and for HBO especially, but also for TV, to have that serious, long drama, real life, hard hitting kind of stuff. And
Mhm.
man, Josh, I can't wait till you get to the marbles. So I'm gonna tell you, can't wait till
Okay.
you get to the marbles. That was my hardest part. I will say there's a lot of hard parts in this. You get invested. Um, yeah, it's
All right. All
it's
right. All right. Yeah.
a
Don't
good one,
spoil it.
man.
I am gonna watch it, so don't
No,
spoil it.
no. So I would
Well, so, I
definitely
mean, we could
say
talk
that
spoilies later or something next time. We can always
yeah,
just kind of jump in with them, but like, yeah, I didn't finish it. So please, this is the only time. I know
but
we talk
no,
spoilers
yeah.
on the show, but I'm going to
Nope.
ask that you don't right now,
No,
please.
yeah, but no, Netflix is already trying to talk to the writer and director to get them to do the second season, which they'd be stupid not to. I mean, I would throw every dollar you have. Um, it's gargantuan. I mean,
See,
you
and to me,
can't
it
go
sounds more
anywhere.
like a like battle royale, like the movie Battle Royale, the Japanese movie.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've not gone through it, so I'm not gonna say that.
I I would say that there's a slight comparison, and I would say that I understand the people who bring up the Saw thing, but it's not.
Right.
You'll see. Yeah,
Right.
you got to
Okay.
watch it for yourself, man. And it's full of information. It's full of drama, full of love, full of hate.
Full of death.
You just, yeah. Oh God, man, it's so good,
Yeah.
so good.
All
And
right.
it's
All right.
not, and in my opinion, me and you have very similar tastes, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I
why I'm
know how you
trusting you.
get. I know how you get, and I know how I get. I usually, like, when people start over talking stuff, I don't really want to deal with it, because
Nope,
nine times out of ten, probably
that's how I got with the
yeah,
fucking Walking Dead. Watched the first
yeah,
season, didn't watch it after because people would not shut their fucking mouths about it.
yes. But I will say that this is worth the watch.
And
I keep
it's been like that too, man. There's times where shit gets so hyped up, and I'm like, oh, fine, I'll go watch it, and then I watch it, and like, shit, why did I watch this sooner?
right. Well, and I keep blabbering at Amanda, my wife. I'm like, dude, watch it. Have you watched it? Have you started? Have you started? Have you started? And she's like, no, I haven't started it. I was like, then
She, dude,
stop looking online at memes. She
mine's.
keeps
Oh, I keep finding memes too.
yeah. I'm like, do not look at the memes. It gives everything away.
Right.
Do not look at the
And
memes.
I'm trying not to, but like, man, they just kind of pop
Yes.
up. But yeah, no,
Yep.
my wife is fucking. We've been watching this show called Midnight Mass on Netflix, which
Mhm.
fantastic, by the way. It's the guy who did Haunting of Hill House,
Yeah. Yep.
and Bly Manor. He's doing the Something's Killing Children that's coming up. But yeah, dude,
Nice.
it's good. It's a slow burn, but it's good, and it's very religious too, very which the spoily something for you guys. We got brought up in both of us got brought up in a lovely Catholic private household, so
Hey, man,
but
still the
but
best
dude,
religious.
there's a lot of good, like, in doing that. I kind of know some of the stuff like they're talking about, like, and
Yeah.
even like the
Get
routines
the
that they have for
references and
mass
stuff.
and
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm just like, okay, it's good
Hey,
though.
you know what the best thing to ever happen to religion is, right?
Jesus.
I'm on a mission from God.
Oh,
We're on a mission from God.
yeah, Blues Brothers.
Yeah. I mean, the whole
We're
thing
on a
about it, you
mission
got
from
Dogma, you got Blues Brothers. There's tons of movies out there.
Well,
that have
this
that
kind of
kind
plays
of
into
list.
the horror of it, but it's like, again,
Oh yeah,
it's got a little bit of a slow burn, but it's good. It's
yeah.
really
It looks like Preacher.
Yeah.
But more horror
well,
filled.
yeah, Preacher more like along the lines of like Hereditary though, like yeah, but yeah, it's definitely good. Highly recommend it. I haven't checked out fucking Squid Game because we wouldn't. She won't let me. I'm not gonna say she won't let me. We like to watch things together. So if I watch stuff without her, she tends to get a little bit upset with me. And she really wants to watch Squid Game, so I can't really watch it without her.
Well, I mean, my wife wants to watch things together too, but then there's sometimes I'm like, you won't like this, so I'm watching it myself.
You're like, no, fuck that, I'm watching it. And that's how I am with like AP Bio. I've been watching AP Bio a lot, and she doesn't really care about that one. But AP Bio is surprisingly fucking hilarious. I could not recommend that show enough. It's good. It's funny. It's heartfelt still a little bit, but like it's good. It's good.
Are you watching on Hulu?
Actually, so we get Peacock. We got Peacock. Got those. Got that Xfinity Peacock. You get free Peacock if you have Xfinity.
Now, is it if you have Xfinity in general, or do you have to have Xfinity?
You had to buy their little box. Their little. It's like a Fire Stick, but it's their little box.
Oh, okay.
So you just had to buy it. It's like $40, and you had to buy it, but then you get free Peacock Plus forever, like as long as you have it.
Damn it.
Which I have. I mean, we'll talk about this after the episode, but I have a password and shit. So if you want to watch
yes. I need I need my crack. I need.
There was this article I saw, or this like tweet or something that was like, don't share your passwords, and then everybody was like, bro, share your passwords. The big corporations can deal with you not fucking not having a couple more subscribers. You know, they can fucking deal with it.
And I mean, here's the thing too, is that under one of those is, how easy it is to pirate stuff and just make copies of it.
Exactly.
So be happy that there's people that are actually paying for this.
Exactly.
And you're going to sit there and tell me that Disney and Time Warner and all these companies aren't raking in billions by having this? Shut up.
Billions. Anyway.
They're making way more now than what they were if they were releasing it on DVD. So fuck off. Sorry.
I mean, COVID was probably the best thing to fucking happen to streaming services, dude. You know how much more money they probably made these past year and a half? Oh my god.
Yep.
Anyway,
so check out Squid Game. And then the last thing
kind of strayed a little bit.
Anywho.
Yeah. We're gonna talk
about Squid Game.
Yes.
I've heard nothing. So the last thing,
Midnight Mass was good too. Midnight Mass.
Yes, and actually, I went and watched the trailer once you sent that to me. I think it looks good. I'm going to start that. So
it's
so the last part is I remember the very first game that I got on my Sega Saturn. Remember, Josh, we went to Toys R Us and I got 2 games. Nope.
Oh, the Saturn. I was thinking the 32X. I was thinking that 32X.
No, yeah. So Sega Saturn.
Genesis.
Yeah. Sega Saturn. I got the Die Hard trilogy.
Yes, the Die Hard trilogy.
And the first Resident Evil. We played the first Resident Evil the first time, not on PlayStation, on Sega Saturn. Or Sega.
Yes. Sega
Saturn. Sega Saturn.
No, it was Sega Saturn.
No, Sega CD.
No, it was Sega Saturn.
Was it Saturn? Okay.
Because I remember I always thought, well, if we get Sega CD, then we'll have everything. But we didn't. Yeah. We only had the Saturn. So I remember it was Sega Saturn.
Yeah. And so and I mean, I could tell you that from day one, both me and Josh, this has been one of our favorite series of all time.
However, the Die Hard trilogy game wasn't that bad either, bro.
No,
it was that game being fun as shit.
It was awesome.
Because Die Hard with the Vengeance was the cab one. You had to drive the cab through the city.
And then the first one, you had to go up
the tower,
all the different levels.
Yep,
the tower.
But I remember Die Hard with the Vengeance. You had to drive the cab, and you had to drive it like through the
catch. You had to get to stop points to stop the bombs or whatever and everything. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn,
but anyway,
about that game,
right?
Anyway,
it was a good one.
Those movies suck though. Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. So me and Josh have been Resident Evil fans for as long as the series has been out. And I've played almost all of them.
I'm lagging on
I
8,
even
dude. I'm lagging on 8. I still
hey,
have 8 and
hey,
I haven't finished it or like
hey,
barely played it. So
here's the thing though, bro. How many people listening or who will ever watch this can say they played Resident Evil Dead Aim? So
oh
my
yeah.
ass.
Wasn't that with the Wii? Is that one?
That was Dead Aim was the first person one. Dead Aim was the first person one.
Oh.
And so they were trying to do like a House of the Dead kind of thing. Where you were is the only one that they ever did that was first person to
Well,
my
minus the
knowledge.
Wii ones. They did like 2 Wii ones that were like you were supposed to aim.
Oh, the Chronicles. Wasn't
Yes,
those
yes.
Chronicles or
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Dead Aim
But
was
those are
like,
different. I mean, those are like you're on a
yeah,
track and you're just kind of
Dead
so.
Aim was like after 3 before Veronica, I want to say. I don't know. But
It was
anyways,
around
my
I want
favorite
to say
ones.
Outbreak was around that time too. Like the first
Yeah.
Outbreak was around that time.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, Outbreak was good too. Man, I forgot about that.
It was
one.
way
But
ahead of its time was the problem.
yeah. Yep. It really was. I'd say that like Resident Evil 2, Code Veronica, and Resident Evil 4 have been my 3 favorite. But I loved them all, played as many of them as I could.
Anyway,
and just
the trailer
pop.
no, so I will admit that the first, I think 3, maybe 4, I think first 3 movies of the original Resident Evil movie series were good. After that,
no. The first 2 movies were good.
All right,
the
first
third
2.
one the third one
Was
she
that
developed
3?
psychic abilities. Yes, where they were in the fucking desert of Las
That
Vegas.
was 3. Yes, and I remember being
but
like,
then but then they
okay.
came, but for the rest actually kind of evened out. Like 1 and 2 are up here. Like
1 and 2
was
were
right
fantastic.
Here, 2 was right here. 3 was down here,
and then
they kind of leveled off. Like they were okay.
Like after that, they weren't okay. They weren't great, but they weren't bad. Yeah.
No, at least they got away from as much as they could the fucking third movie. That was the most god awful piece of shit.
So when they announced that they were making Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, I was on the fence. Could be good, could be horrible. One thing that I think was perfect is Robbie Amell as Chris Redfield. I think he is perfectly cast.
Yes.
However, I think he's him and Wesker, the guy who's going to play Wesker, which is the guy who is from Umbrella Academy, the big dude, Luther, big dude in Umbrella Academy. I think he's good too. He's a good cast.
Yep.
Aside from that, I'm out. Now, casting wise, I don't really care. I don't really care for it. That's just, I don't know. And it's not saying.
What you think of the trailer though?
Now the trailer looked very Resident Evil.
It did.
I mean,
it reminded me of the second movie.
Very
Resident Evil. Second movie.
Yeah,
the second movie is the best one. Like,
but I think my only thing is it almost looks like they're blending 1 and 2 because you get the police department and you get the mansion. It looks like. I don't know if maybe they'll flash back or something. I don't know, but it does look like you're kind of getting the story of 1 and 2 because you start with Claire. She's coming into town. She finds Chris, which is weird too because I thought she was going into town to find Chris, and then she gets deterred.
Well, let's see how they're going to take the story.
Right.
I'm staying optimistic.
And
I love the look of the liquors. The liquor looked good.
I was about to say, and I mean, I feel like Leon and Jill were the only problems, man. I feel like both of them just look, and I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, it's because the actor's a different race, because it's not. It's the fact that they both just don't look good. They don't look like they fit the part. And I mean, obviously, I'll withhold judgment on that until I see it, because fucking Heath Ledger, Robert Pattinson, shit like that. I'm not gonna judge, but they just don't look great in the roles. But the movie, God, dude, when they first showed that,
right?
I was like, well,
and I guess I should take it. I guess I should take something back. I will have to say, I don't know how many of them you've seen, but like their animated movies have been very good.
I've heard. I watched the first like 2 of them,
very
like
good
10 years ago, and they were good.
Yeah.
I heard they have
And
an
so like
animated Netflix series, don't they?
yes. And I haven't finished that yet. So but their animated movies have been very good. And so like that's the only thing that gives me hope. Like I just hope it's not House of the Dead. Anybody
Right.
listening, you want to see like the one of the man, I can't even say it. What
Just
is Yui
any
Bowl?
Yui
Is that his
Bowl,
name? That's
any
that
movie that Yui
fucking
Bowl
guy's name.
makes, just steer clear of it. Yeah, he made House of the Dead. He
Yes.
made what was the other one? House of
The
the Dead 1
first
and 2.
Hulk.
Blood
That
Rain.
first Hulk.
Oh,
Oh, Blood Rain. Oh my God, I
oh.
forgot about that. I love that game so
The game
much.
was
I
so
loved it.
good. And that's why the movie, you're just, oh my God. That guy's such a horrible fucking director, though. Like, even his other
Yeah.
movies are terrible.
Yeah. Well, and that's I honestly, man, like the trailer looks cool, but like
I'm
I got a
still
little bit of
very
House
on
of
the
the Dead.
fence. Yeah, I'm still
Yeah,
very on
I
the
got
fence
that
about it.
feeling.
The
Yeah.
liquor looks great. I feel like the
Yes.
big dude doesn't. He looks very cartoony to me.
Yeah.
The one who's like climbing down all I don't know, he's super like muscly. He looks like he's muscles
Is it
everywhere.
Tyrant?
It's
You think that's
he's
the Tyrant?
it's like the tyrant from 2 almost though.
Yeah.
But like it's just
Or Mr. X, I
that
guess
looked very
that's his
cartoony to
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Now the liquors looked so fucking good. Liquors looked
Yeah.
so fucking good.
The zombies were hit or miss too. Like if you go back and watch it, like some of them are like,
yeah,
and then some of them
the dogs looked very cartoony too. Like they didn't look bad, but it looked very CG, like very
very
so
Starship Troopery.
yeah.
You know,
Yep.
you should go back and watch Starship Troopers. Excellent movie, great movie,
Amazing movie, horrible CG, horrible
yes.
CG.
And so like or Tremors, like Tremors 15, where like they started doing those as CGI, whichever one they're on. But I mean, I'm holding out hope because it's Resident Evil. I'll go see it because it's Resident Evil. I see everything Resident Evil.
And that said, it looks a lot more game centric. It really does.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, I'm hoping I want to see what the runtime is. Do you know what the runtime is?
No idea. No idea. That
That'll
really
tell
turned
me.
and that really turned me off to Venom, dude. That 90-minute time was just like, nope.
Dude, like tell me the last non-comedy, and I mean even comedies, but like tell me the last non-comedy movie that you saw that was an 8, 9, or 10 out of 10 that was under 2 hours.
Fucking minutes, right? Oh yeah. Yep.
Let's see here. I'm gonna check the runtime, and like that's gonna be a big thing for me. Is that'll tell me, okay, this is worth it or not. Do you remember what's
so
the
since you're looking it
welcome
up,
to
welcome Raccoon City. Since you're looking up, I'm going to talk. I totally forgot one thing. I managed to go to. First of all, we went to a 21 Pilots concert this past weekend. Last weekend, it was fun as fuck. It was awesome, but it was also super weird standing in a crowd with fucking masks on. I'm not gonna lie, man. Being in that big of a crowd with that much heat and stuff, man. After a while, that mask really did wear on me,
dude. So I'm a director of maintenance, and
right,
working outside, working inside.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course. Yes. And normally I can tolerate it, and I'm not that. To me, I'm like it's a minor inconvenience, but at the show, man, I felt like it was wearing me down. What is it? 90 minutes.
So here's the deal. I didn't realize that Paul Anderson was doing it, which he did.
Paul W.S. Anderson.
He did
it's
most
Mila's
of the
husband.
originals.
Yeah.
Well, he did most of the original run.
Right.
So I didn't realize he was doing it.
I didn't realize he was doing it.
It's 100 minutes.
It's an hour and 40 minutes. Ow.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. But I'm going back to my thing now. So, but while we were out there, I finally got to go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in the Universal Studios.
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of you of that.
And I got me a wand at Ollivanders. No, so we brought our son, of course, and we dressed him all up in Harry Potter stuff.
What wand did you get, or did you get your own?
Hold on. So we dressed him in all kinds of Harry Potter stuff, and then there's a wand experience where you go in and they will pick a kid, pull the kid up, and be like, "Oh, let's try out this wand. Woo! Oh no, that's weird. Let's try out this wand. Woo! No, how about the third one here? Hey, what a perfect fit!" And then they're like, dude, and then the crazy part is they're like, you can choose one of the 3 wands and it's just yours. I'm like, boom, cheers. And
You know
so,
that
so
me and the girls have hunted. Yeah, when you came here, remember we went to the comic shop and I said, "Hey, I gotta go to Walmart to see if there's these wands."
the mystery wands or whatever, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we have like 10 of them. They're
Yeah.
fucking
I've got a few
$15 a
too.
piece.
I've got a few too. Um,
Ridiculous.
so
That's
the
so fucking
experience, we
cool.
dressed him up, we brought him in, we were like, okay, we got him, he's gonna do it. They picked the fucking girl right next to him, right next to him.
Oh,
So he didn't get picked. So but yeah, but I didn't realize they gave you the wand, dude. The wands are fucking not cheap. And
man.
especially because at so I'm going to show you my wand. I made kind of a, I mean, I like it, but it was kind of the first one I saw and I just picked it, which was kind of dumb, but should have taken my time. So this is my wand,
That's so fucking cool.
right?
Is it wood
It is. So the whole thing is that at the
or is
very
it
tip here,
plastic?
well, I think it's plastic. Yeah, I think it's plastic. The whole thing is at the very tip here. I don't know if you can see it, is a lovely little sensor. These actually interact at the studio. You can actually go up to certain things and do a little and it'll fucking like something will open up or it'll like something will move or something. Like there's little spots where it'll say, hey, it's like it comes with a little map and it's like you do this spell here and it'll fucking do something. And so we did that. We spent like an hour or two of our
How
day
much were those
walking around.
wands?
They're $60 a piece.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
And especially with
That's
them being
probably
interactive, though, I feel like the interactive part of it is what made me be like, all right, that's worth it. And
it's
but
from fucking Harry Potter. Like,
exactly,
is it what's it where so did you go which
Wizarding
ones
World
are
of Harry
in
Potter.
California? Okay, so is that does it have three
It's
areas or is that just the one?
it's
Because
a
Florida has three areas at Universal
whoa.
Studios. Yes,
They
it
just have the
has.
Wizarding World. It's got it basically it's just downtown
So Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley, and then there
Yeah,
is the castle, the Hogwarts, but like that's you kind of walk through that as you're going up to go to one of the rides.
yeah. From my understanding, there are three different sections for the different Harry Potter lands, almost like have Epcot and Animal Kingdom and
Yeah.
all that. It's like that and at Universal Studios in
Wow.
Florida. So
No, I mean
yes,
it was I have heard it's dramatically not dramatically. I have heard that it's smaller in Cal. It's kind of like Disney World, Disneyland, like it's a little bit
right,
smaller.
right.
But dude, it was still fucking blast. We also went
Yeah,
on
you're right, dude. You got to go down fucking Diagon Alley.
right.
I'm
We
so
went to
fucking jealous.
we went on
So jealous.
the only thing that sucked is we went on the shit, not the Flight of the Hippogriff, the other one, the Forbidden Forest ride. And our son, he went on two other rides before this, gets all the way up to this ride, sees the ride, and is like, nope, 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 not doing it, not doing it, nope. So he thankfully Universal has this kind of like you step off to the side with your kid, and then when the other person finishes, you can just step on without having to wait in line again. So I got to do that. So Devin went on first. My wife, Devin, she went on first, and then I went on second. He refused to go
That's
on.
cool. Like that's
Right.
really cool.
Right.
Like that's
I was getting
really
all
cool.
upset, but they were like, yeah, just step off the waiting area over here. And then when she's done, you can just come on in. And I was like, fuck yes. Hell yeah.
That's fucking. I've never heard of anything like that. That's
Right.
awesome.
So dude, that honestly one of the most fun rides I've ever been on. You're in this like 4-man thing, and there's a big screen in front of you. You kind of move through a little thing, but it's mainly a screen in front of you, and it just like shakes you, turns you, pulls you. But dude, it makes you feel like you're fucking flying. It makes you feel like you're doing all this shit with Harry. Like it was a blast. It was a fucking blast.
Have you watched Travels with My Father, the final season yet?
I have not yet. No.
They go on the train from the series.
What?
Yes, it's in England or it's in Great Britain. I don't understand how all that fucking works, but it's in Great Britain.
England, Great Britain, I think, right? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, it's but I'm saying the location of it. It's somewhere in Great Britain, the country, or the okay. Anyways, it's somewhere there. Okay. And it's really cool. Like it's still running, it still runs. You can take the thing all along the countryside.
That's cool.
And it actually goes like across these parts from the movie, like it goes across the big bridge and everything. Like, man, and here's my thing.
That'd be a bucket list for sure.
I know I might catch grief for this, but I'm way more of a Harry Potter person than I am Lord of the fucking Rings. I can't fucking read those pieces of shit.
Dude, I'm sorry, but I agree. Like,
so
and
bad.
I can't help but feel
So
like,
hard.
and I can't help but feel like everybody who is a Lord of the Rings fan is, it's like, you fucking pleb, you like Harry Potter,
Mudblood,
right?
Fuck
Like,
you.
it was incredible, man. It really was.
Awesome,
We ate lunch at the Three Broomsticks, and I got this. I wish I took a picture of it. It was a giant turkey leg. That was my. It was literally like this. I ate a giant turkey leg for my lunch, and then of course I got a butter beer with a little butter beer stein, and the butter beer is fucking delicious, man.
God damn it, man.
Dude, trust me.
I'm so
Dude, I bugged her for years to take me. I wanted her to take me on my 30th birthday, and then we didn't go. And then the next year we went to Disney, and she was all like, yeah, but he's not big enough to go on any of the rides at Universal. And I'm like, I don't care about him. I want to go. This year dude, he finally was big enough, but he didn't want to go on the big one.
I'm pushing her that, like, if the virus dies down and Florida isn't a fucking cesspool of stupidity,
come out here. We should all go. Come out here.
I love you. I love you. It's got 3 areas.
Oh, I know. No, I know.
Well, but I'm gonna do more research into it. But no, here's the thing too, though, bro. She doesn't fly.
Oh, so yeah.
I'm looking at a 1-day trip down to Florida or a 5-day cross-country trip.
I never used to.
My wife and 3 daughters.
I never used to, dude, until I came out here, man. And now I'm like, fucking planes are nothing, man.
Yeah, I remember. I flew to Chicago. To go to Thanksgiving with Uncle Mike. That was my first flight, and I was like 12 years old or something like that. And I have a problem. I have a problem with heights. Like, I have a problem like going and standing in the Sears Tower and looking down. Like, I have a problem with that. But I can fly every day of the week.
My only thing is I get motion sick up in flights. That was the first time I ever got motion sick, was on a fucking plane. Like, I never got it on cars or rides or anything, but on a plane, dude. Maybe it's the pressure or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, so I got to take Dramamine when I go. But other than that, I'm good. All right. Yeah. I think we should cut it. Been talking for a little while here, So it was awesome, man. Universal, definitely recommend, obviously, going. If you get a chance, go to the Florida one, because apparently it's fucking better. But if you get a chance to go at all, I highly recommend it. Like I said, I've been asking her for years to take me. We just happened to be going up there for that concert. And it was kind of like on a whim, just kind of like, fuck it, let's go.
Hey.
And we spent the day there, and it was a fucking blast, man. It was all kinds of fun. So I think that about does it. Is that it for us today?
That's it, bro.
All right. Get on some motherfucking duty after this. No, thank you guys. As usual, thank you so much for watching. If you actually sat through all this, then very much thank you. We always appreciate it.
Why don't you tell them what you saw on Peacock?
Oh, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say, if you're having erectile dysfunction, you should get Roman wipes and get Roman ready. Pay me some money. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Matt was talking about his fucking dick wipes, and I had never heard of them. For 6 months. I even refused to Google him because I didn't want it to show up in my algorithm. Like, I refused to look him up because I didn't want him to show up in my random like when I'm scrolling through Google social media. Suddenly, just like, oh, hey, here's some dick wipes. So I didn't look him up at all. And suddenly I was watching Peacock. I was watching AP Bio, and one of the fucking commercials was like, get Roman ready. And I was like, oh my God, Sam. So, if you're having erectile dysfunction,
hopefully we're going to get
some dick wipes.
Sponsor.
Get some dick wipes from Roman. Get Roman ready. All right, so that's it though, guys. Seriously, thank you so much. If you guys are liking it, if you guys enjoy listening and watching, like and subscribe. We'll do some more promoting because we've both been very busy lately, but we'll do some more promoting, pushing these out. So hopefully we can get you.
And we're still talking. We're still looking at the sports content, channel too.
And I'm gonna set up like our TikTok and some other social media stuff. Yeah, dude. Have you ever heard of this thing called TikTok?
No
No,
habla
no, but
TikTok.
I finally fell victim to my first TikTok binge. Like I sat here for just a couple minutes looking at a video and then suddenly realized it was like 3 hours later, and I was like, oh my God, did that really just happen?
Right.
So
TikTok does that.
yeah, so we'll get the get the TikTok going though. We'll get something set up for socials. So thank you guys so much for watching, for listening, and we will talk to you later. Deuces.